I very rarely go out with a particular image in mind. I much prefer to turn up at a location and just photograph whatever catches my eye on that particular day. But on this occasion, I did go out with a very specific image that I wanted to try and capture, and the elements conspired to remind me why I don't like working in that way. So join me now as I set out to take a very specific shot and try not to laugh too hard as one by one the elements conspire to completely ruin any chance I have of getting the shot I was after. If you saw my last video, then you would have heard me saying that I was trying to get to another location for sunset. I messed up the time, but I got here. Well, here is there. I'm down at the Corpach Shipwreck because it's nearly sunset and I wanted to try and get an image that I've had in the back of my head for quite some time now, and I don't even know if it's possible, but I thought I'd give it a go, and that is to shoot the shipwreck with the setting sun just illuminating the top of Ben Nevis, but with the street lights of Fort William and Corpach hopefully lighting up what I'm hoping is going to be a late evening mist. There's a lot of moving parts in that idea, and I have no idea whether it's going to work or not, but I'm here now, so I'm going to give it a go. Unfortunately, as you can probably tell, the tide's out, so I can't get the reflections that I was hoping for, but everything else looks like it's got some potential, so it's just a matter of waiting now until the sun dips down in the west. Fingers crossed. This could well be a single shot video, if even that. Right, let's find the composition. Okay, do you know, maybe there could be more than one image after all. I've been wandering up and down the shore, basically looking for compositions, and I've come across this log here, and I've got the shipwreck just in a little hollow there, so it's kind of standing up above the shoreline, and you've got the mountain in the back completely illuminated, so you're getting a bit of distinction between the foreground, the shipwreck, and then Ben Nevis. So I've taken a shot, I've got down quite low, and I've taken a shot where I'm pretty much focusing on that foreground log, using it as a kind of leading line, drawing the eye up towards the mountain and towards the shipwreck. I've got a little semblance of some reflections, but not much. But I think that might be as good as it's going to get in terms of reflections today. Yeah, I quite like that. Perhaps if I can get a bit more creative, there could be more than one shot after all. I'm just keeping an eye now on the western horizon. I might go a little further down towards the water here and see if we can get more of a reflection, but that will probably mean we lose the shipwreck into this darker background. So, as always, it's a compromise. Beautiful day though, absolutely beautiful conditions. We could have, if I'm going to be fussy, we could have done with just a little bit of cloud cover behind the mountain, so that would catch the light when the sun's setting. But otherwise, phenomenal, beautiful. I'd come down a little bit closer to the water, like I said, and my thinking was I was going to be able to use this water running down towards the loch as a foreground and use that for the reflections. But unfortunately, as you can probably tell, the shipwreck is just beginning to emerge with this darker hillside, and unfortunately you kind of lose it. So I think this is probably about the limit of as close to the loch as I can get. Right, what do you make of this? I've kind of got down to that water outlet which is coming down from the canal. You can't really see that though because I've zoomed in. It's kind of running along just at the bottom of the frame, and I've zoomed in on the wreck itself, and you've got Ben Nevis in the background. And what I'm really liking here is the way the light is hitting. First of all, I think that's Cowell, isn't it? So the way the light's hitting Cowell is giving it that lovely kind of warm glow. But also the good people of Cowell are helping me out here because they've got some peat fires burning, and that's just catching the low sun and it's giving it a little bit of atmosphere. So that's the kind of thing I was hoping would happen if we had a bit of naturally occurring mist. But I guess the smoke from the peat fires would work just as well. I really just need to hope that when the light gets a little bit lower and the street lights start to spark in, then that catches the smoke and mist. It looks okay in the back of the camera. The question is, will that translate into a nice image? I might move slightly wider and turn ever so slightly more towards Fort William, just to maximise the number of streetlights that we're likely to have. Well, it would appear that my idea of shooting this at sunset isn't quite as original as I thought. We've got 2 photographers there and 4 more photographers there, and goodness knows how many more are going to turn up before the sun actually sets. There's nothing new anymore, is there? Someone's always done it first. Right, here's a good lesson on being careful what you wish for. We've got a bank of cloud starting to creep in, and it seems to be cutting off the light from the west. As you look behind me there, we're losing the direct light. I think the sun's probably going to set over this way somewhere, so hopefully it goes down before that bank of cloud arrives, otherwise we don't get any direct light on the mountain. And as you can see, there's clouds starting to form above as well now, so you know, if we do get any direct light, then at least they are likely to catch the sun. But if they build too much and they cut the sun off, then there is no shot. Yeah, we seem to be all vying for position as well, because there's photographers everywhere, and it looks like there's more coming down the beach. So I'm not entirely sure that this is going to work, and even if it does, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be as original as I thought it was. I'm hopeful that we might still get a little blast of light before the sun finally dips below the horizon. But it's not looking promising for the mist or for any direct light on the wreck. But what we do have is some beautiful light on the base of the mountain and behind the shipwreck on the houses along the shore. Yeah, a few more photographers have turned up, and I think they've got the better view. They're, from where they are, the shipwreck is probably directly beneath the summit of Ben Nevis. Now, I do like this view, I prefer this. I think I like to have it separate, but where they are, they probably have it directly behind. And I'm sure that looks quite spectacular at the moment. I think what I might do while I'm waiting for the sun to go down is change lenses and take a few zoom shots just while I'm waiting and while we have this beautiful light. Yeah, there's definitely a crowd forming now. And the light behind me isn't doing what I'd hoped it would do. I'm not sure what the etiquette is here. Am I allowed to, you know, encroach slightly? I don't know. What do you think? Light gently. Yeah, that's a slightly better composition, isn't it? We've lost one or two of the buildings that were on the foreshore, but that's okay. They've kind of behind the shipwreck now. But I like the fact that the ship itself and the summit of Ben Nevis is a wee bit closer in the frame. The light's really starting to kick off now. Look at this. That is beautiful. And we've got just a little patch of light behind the ship as well, so that's getting me some distinction between the distant mountain and the ship. Yeah, I think we're really up against it here. The cloud to the west is thickening. We are getting some lovely colour in the sky, but nothing as yet in the clouds above Ben Nevis. I get the feeling that if this does kick off, it's going to be a case of seconds to grab the shot. So I daren't move now, because if I move, I could well miss it. Right, it's starting to look possible. We're starting to get just a little hint of colour in the clouds here. And more importantly, you can see there's some direct light on the buildings in Fort William. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a shaft or two of light coming up the length of Loch Linnhe there. And that might just spill on to the mountain
and light up those clouds above. That's the hope. All we need now is the mist. We have a little hint of colour in the mountains to the side of Ben Nevis. The light has almost been extinguished in that direction, so it's getting close to the now or never time, I think. Will we get the light? Will we get a bit of illumination in the clouds? It's going to have to happen in the next couple of minutes or it's not happening. It's getting tense. Not only because we don't have the direct light that I was hoping for, but the street lights haven't sparked to life yet, and I think it's starting to snow. Right, you couldn't make this up, could you? We've lost the light now, but I think because the snow's started, people are putting their fires on, so we're getting the mist that I was after, but no light now. For whatever reason, street lights haven't sparked on yet, so I'm not getting the shot that I wanted. And rather worryingly, it's starting to look a lot stormier back there, isn't it? Ah dear, yeah. The sun's pretty much down now, as you can see. Definitely looking a bit stormier off to the west. The competition are off, so I don't know if they know something I don't, or whether they've just decided to give up because the light didn't play the game. I am still waiting for the street lights to come on, but not an awful lot of action there. Right, there's been some developments. Pretty much I'm sure the sun's down now. We do have a little bit of mist. We don't have any direct light, and we do have 3 new photographers. It is also absolutely Baltic now. The temperature's just dropped suddenly. So apologies for any shakes in the camera footage. I am shivering now. Hood's up. There's a bitter cold wind and it's biting right through, so I put the hood up for a little bit of protection. There's definitely some snow in the general direction of Ben Nevis now, because as you can see the summit is becoming a bit obscured. I still don't have an awful lot in the way of street lights kicking off, but as we look towards Fort William there are some, so I'm hopeful that if the lights are going to come on, they're going to come on very, very soon, and I can grab this shot and then get back to the car. The snow is definitely on. What? So are the street lights, at least what little there are, and the mountain's pretty much completely gone now. So I think I'm just going to grab a shot or two and then head off. There's not even an awful lot of street lights in the way of Fort William, so I'm going to shoot what I can and then pack up. I'm freezing. Right, I'm going to make my way back towards the canal and towards that view that I had right at the beginning, just in the off chance that there's an image to be had there. It's freezing. The tide's in a bit, so there might be a shot with a reflection if we get any light, but It's not looking likely at the moment. No, it's not looking good, is it? I think I'm going to call it a day. Get back in the car, try and fall out. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Give us a little thumbs up if you did. Catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.